Morning, y'all. I'm Paul. Sarah's behind the camera, and we're Go With The Flow couple. And we are here this morning at Florida Caverns State Park. Probably in the background you can see our camper set up. We were directed to come back here to the Equestrian area because our camper's so big, but that's okay because it's quiet. We only have one neighbor, and it's close to the swimming area, which we'll pan around and show you here. The water is really cold. This is a spring. It's called Blue Spring.
Blue Hole Spring.
Blue Hole Spring. Thank you, Sarah. Blue Hole Spring. And they said that in the sign, informational sign, that the water is 64 degrees year round. We jumped in it yesterday afternoon when it was hot, and I can believe it.
It's cold.
It was cold. I just want to get it far enough away I don't hear any bad words. Oh, okay, let's walk on. 1, 2, 3, go! 1, 2, 3, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go! Let's see how far down it'll fill.
Oh, wow. The swimming area offers picnicking, swimming, hiking. There's a trail that we're going to hike around the swimming area, and they have a nice restrooms. They also have grills. You can cook out hamburgers, hot dogs, steaks, whatever. These springs are called Blue Hole Springs because of the natural bluish color of the water. It's not, the water's not clear all the way to the bottom. In some areas where it's more shallow it is, but as in this area down here, it's nice and clear. But down there at the headwaters, at the spring itself, it's sort of, it's blue. It's really pretty, but it's kind of a cloudy blue. You can see the bluish color of the spring. And there's actually 2 holes. This one, and there's a little small one on the other side of the bridge over there. One of them is 30 feet deep, which I think is this one. And the other one is about 90 feet deep.
But it's a beautiful park. Florida Caverns State Park was pretty well destroyed when Hurricane Michael came through in 2018. But several volunteer groups came together and helped to rebuild it along with the state and federal agencies. And now it's bouncing back. It's open back up for business. We're going to do the cave tour later on, either today or tomorrow. That was one of the first things they opened back up. But now the campground is up and flourishing and everything is looking really good.
We're gonna walk around and take a look at the other campground area, the main campground area. And according to some people we've already talked to, the trees around here used to have a canopy effect. There was so many trees, and the campground was apparently really shady. And one man said that you could ride down the road in shade, but now that's not the case since Hurricane Michael came through. So
they've got trees replanted. They're starting the replanting, and eventually there'll be shade again, but probably not for about 20 years.
probably.
We'll have to make another trip up here then.
We'll be in our 80s, but hey, that's okay.
There must be probably about 30 sites here because the first tent site is site 32.
Yeah, and there are there's three regular camping sites where we are in the Equestrian area, and there's also 3 tent sites in the Equestrian area.
4, I think. 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. We might get wet.
32.
32?
Yep, 32.
It's like nice campsites. As we said earlier, Phil and Stacy from You, Me, and the RV was among some work campers that came in here and helped clear out everything and redo everything after the Michael came through.
That's right. They're with a group called Year to Volunteer. And if you're interested in doing any volunteer work, you can contact, I believe the lady's name is Stacy with Year to Volunteer. They do work all over the country.
I believe these campsites are about 35 feet in length. They may have a couple that are a little bit bigger. They do look like they have a couple of handicap sites. But every campsite has a picnic table, a fire ring, and a grill, 30 and 50 amp electric and water. And nice campsites, gravel. The informational sign back at the swimming area talked about bird watching, and that there are over 150 species of birds in the park, including hawks, kites, white and blue heron,
Summer tangers,
yep,
wrens,
hummingbirds,
and there's some pretty wild irises. Little purple flowers.
So just standing here, you can hear a plethora of musical birds. And we found the trail back to the swimming area. The campground isn't very far from the swimming area. Just walk down the trail a few yards and you're there. Say hello, mini me. Aww. What you found, honey?
Blackberries.
How are
Nice.
they?
Nice and sweet. What are we having, pancakes?
He loves to eat the wild blackberries. Now the red ones you don't want to pick, but the black ones, they're pretty good.
Here's the coffee phone.
few minutes ago we met a gentleman. He was a camp host, and he was telling us about the crawfish that are down here in the holes that they, little mounds that they make, and I guess that was one of them. I've never seen a crawfish hole. On the feather. There's probably a hawk. More blackberries.
Now, Florida Caverns State Park is located just outside of Marianna, Florida, and the big map you see back there behind us shows the area, and we're close to the Chipola River. And the river is actually one of the many rivers in Florida that sinks down underground and then boils back up later in what they call the river rise. Both of those are located here in the park, the sink and the rise, as well as a 200-yard long man-made log canal that keeps all the water from going underground and connects it back with the Chipola River just below the rise.
And you know what? It's starting to sprinkle a little bit harder. Well, it's a good thing we're almost back to the camp. There are gator. We haven't seen any, but I imagine from the bridge on this way, you've got to look out for them. Of course, you can only swim in the designated swimming area. All right, well, I'm gonna turn this thing off and head back because I'm getting a little bit wet. See y'all later, y'all. Bye. Hey y'all, thanks for watching our video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, The Go With The Flow Couple. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Bye y'all.